Good morning, guys. So, yesterday was session 13 of Akawa. Yeah, it's last week, and yeah, it's quite the journey. Quite the journey. There was a moment in the session where there was a lot of speech coming out. I was saying things like, I am not subject to illness. I'm beyond that. I'm an infinite being. When that was said, there was confusion in my mind. My mind was like, what does that mean? How can you not be subject to any illness? So there was like a lot of confusion going on. And yeah, it's interesting to see that if you have the whole organism, body, mind, spirit, soul, and your consciousness, the field of consciousness, where that's all where that's all aware, right? Where consciousness is aware of all that. I'm the consciousness, aware of the body, the mind, the spirit, and the soul. And it's like one whole, and if there's a movement, it affects the other components, and then the other components, they have to like act like a whole, I guess, be in alignment. So I guess my mind, this reveals how my mind is like, what the state of my mind is, or how my mind is perceiving and reacting. So that was very interesting to see that. At a moment, like there was this moment that I just opened my eyes and I was just staring blank at the wall, but it was like zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, just like this timeless moment. And like there was just like this information coming through, like, it's not your time yet. Live, you have a purpose to do. You have a purpose. There was, I saw an Instagram message that was being written, like an Instagram message, and that was being written to somebody that I know. That was interesting to see. At a certain point when that was said, I'm not subject to any illness, like sometime after that, there was like a movement of like expansion and then contraction to the point where I felt the point where there was the concentration point of like illness, or that energy structure that is related to that, or something like that. And yeah, it felt like dissolving or something. And the facilitator afterwards, she told me like, focus on that and send love to it. And I said, how do you send love to it, right? And she said, it's like, it's the same like, how do you give love to a pet? How do you give love to somebody? You're just there with them. Yeah. So yeah, this session, it was quite unexpected. It was, yeah, there was like at the moment, like an energy spiral in my spine that was there. And honestly, this session, there was so much thoughts that were coming and going, thoughts. And yeah, I guess there's also some kind of confusion or some kind of hesitation about some things that I want to do, like the pranic retreat. Yeah. And some resistances, just like was aware how much, it's like when you have all this space, how much context or how much mind stuff is coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. Yeah, really interesting to see just what it is to, I mean, I really felt like, okay, I really want to surrender the next time. And then the facilitator, she said, confusion is actually good. Because what if the confusion or the quote-unquote illness is what is needed for order to come? It's like, what is holding you back from coming into your order? Yeah. It was very interesting. For me, it was, I guess, there was this fear of losing control, breaking down. And it's interesting how we also she talked about free will, and it's like, you know, when we have something, whatever it is, there's a story about it, and there's a strong story about it, but it's like some things in life, we don't really have free will about it, in the sense that our core, our soul, our essence decided that beforehand that we need to have this experience to, I don't know, to learn something, to, I don't know, but it's already been decided for us. Yeah, and it's like, she was like, you can also open to the pain like you open to love. So the session was very, yeah, it's very interesting how you have like these sessions, first week and then second week and then third week and then fourth week. It's never the same. It's never the same. I wonder how it will be in a couple of months, in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years. I really am grateful to have these sessions. In the evening, I had a session with a facilitator from Ireland. She does like silent transmissions. It was also different. Like last time and this time, it was different. So that was very interesting to see. Every day is like an opportunity, like a day filled with opportunities to make a movement, to follow the flow of energy, to follow a idea of manifestation. For me, what was like, I guess, a bit confusing is this sense of like, how much do you focus on manifesting, visualizing, and how much do you focus on surrendering? Because it's like, you know, they talk about accepting what is, everything